Imagine if your sparring partner or your opponent across from you was so scared of you checking kicks that they would not throw a low kick again. Today I'm going to show you a small tweak to checking low kicks, which is going to make that happen. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Yesterday was a rare day where I actually missed putting out an episode. I think I've gone for almost like a year. Every day I was feeling a little under the weather. I'm prepping for my next fight, which is late May, and I just went, I don't have it in me today. I don't. But I'm glad to be back, glad to be feeling better. And this morning I was at a training session, and one of my partners actually was doing such a good job checking my low kick in drilling that I did not want to throw it anymore. And I'm the first person to say that even though I've accomplished a lot in the kickboxing world, I still have more to learn. And when I take something where I go, whew, this is so effective to the traditional way that we were taught, I'm going to share it with you guys. So let's talk first about possible ways to evade or block or whatever. Like, how do you deal with a low kick? And then we'll talk about this alternative way, which not I didn't learn today, but it was reinforced. And my leg is definitely still feeling a little bit sore. So the very first thing that you can do when somebody throws the low kick at you is you take your leg, you elevate it. Generally what I'm taught to do is have your foot directly below your knee. Don't extend out too far because this creates an opening for a big sweep here. But don't come too narrow because then if they catch you, this is going to collapse. So generally straight under, we come out on either a 45-degree angle or we come up the middle with our toes flared out. Either one to me is fine. That is essentially a check. You're standing there, boom, you block the kick. No big deal. Alternatively, you can be there about to get kicked in the thigh and hollow out. Just make them miss every time. Or if you're Alex Pereira, do a little behind the foot tap and catch the kick like that. No, don't use that one. But the point is, any of these versions, checking here, hollowing out, anything else, generally does not dissuade the other person from throwing. I've been in many fights. I've thrown many low kicks. I've had people check many low kicks, and I've never gone, oh, that hurts so bad, I don't want to throw a low kick again. I've had a couple times, of course, where my shin gets a little bit bruised up and I go, oh, that's going to hurt tomorrow. But never midway through the fight where you throw the kick and you go, no, I'm done. And the dude that I was training with, he was saying in one of his fights, he said, he remembered it being his best moment pretty much ever. He was standing there, the dude threw the kick, he went bang. And he saw the guy sort of step back and he went, oh, I've got you. I've got you now. You can't throw that kick again. It just, that psychological little click where you feel that advantage turn in your favor and it's not going to go back. So what does he do? Well, number one, he does not elevate his knee as high. Because normally when we get way up here and our leg is around hip level, maybe a little lower, it's very easy to catch the shin. So what he does is he comes down a little bit lower and he kind of pulls his heel in a little bit tighter. So instead of this, he kind of goes more like that. And what this does is it exposes the knee to become the point which you end up landing on every time. Now, the one downside of this, I will say, is it does mean that occasionally if the person comes way up and they drop down, you might be able to sort of land here. But it just, because the leg has gone from here to here, in that little motion, I've landed on him and it doesn't feel great. Even when you do land, when he just does that, it doesn't feel great. So in essence, the big change is we are not checking with the shin, we are checking with the knee. Get that little knee out there, make sure that when they land, they connect. And what happened, for me at least, was I went, oh, okay, it hurts so much right in there to land, it's a tender, that I tried to change my distance to see if I could make an adjustment. Then I ended up landing in here, which hurts even more. And like I said, still damaged, still kind of wobbly. So instead of this high lift where you go, okay, I'm going to land with the shin, which is what we're taught to do, right? We're taught the first time we go into a class or we teach somebody, if they throw a low kick at your thigh, you check with your shin. But what about they go to low kick you in the thigh, check with your knee? Extend the knee out just a little further, pull the heel in, don't raise quite as high, and have them run that shin right into that knee. And you might go, oh, it's going to hurt the knee a lot. But I've been kicked in the knee before, And as long as it's not on this angle, it's straight in, I've never felt damage. But I can guarantee you being on the other side is going to break shins, break feet. It's gonna hurt so bad. 1 or 2 of these with shin pads on, and I was kicking about that hard. And I went, yeah, I'm done. And about 30 seconds later, after the round was done and we moved into a new style of drilling, I was going, yeah, I'm not able to kick with that leg. And for about 10 minutes, I wasn't able to kick with it. And then it started to loosen up and it felt better. But all in all, this is one of these examples of something we're taught from a very early stage on how to do things correctly. When you make a small adjustment, you do things a little different, and it's much more damaging to your opponent. So give this a try. See if you can implement it in sparring or in some drilling. Just be very cautious and very careful, because if somebody comes in and they're blasting really hard and you do that, there's a chance you're gonna hurt them quite bad. Maybe that's on them for kicking you too hard. I'm not sure, but I wanted to share with you this small change in a very basic technique, which we've all been taught probably since the first day we've come into a striking class. Let's call it there, everybody. Thanks for joining today. As always, train hard, and I'll see you back here soon for another video.